Things got a little chaotic yesterday as we were looking at Technoblade. I think we need to calm things down a little bit. I'm thinking some Jaiden Animations. Let's check her out. Welcome back, friends, and a special welcome to all the new friends out there. I'm YoBGS, a player of games, speedrunner of some, world record holder in a few, and I'm thinking we need a break today from Minecraft. Just a little break from Minecraft because I've been practicing off camera a ton, trying to get that speed run down, and I'm looking forward to showing you guys some pretty cool tech here in the near future. But one thing I'm looking forward to more than that is checking out this video. Now, I have kept myself in the dark about this video from Jaiden Animations since my very first video. This is another one that is one of my most requested videos so far. It's Jaiden Animations and the best Pokemon game you've never played. One of my favorite underrated Pokemon games, I think, has got to be Pokemon Pinball. Once you figure out how to kind of manipulate the everything so that you can actually play, it gets to be a lot of fun. Back in the day when my game still saved, I think I had near a complete Pokedex. It was a whole thing. Anyway, let's get into it. Jaiden Animations and the greatest Pokemon game I've apparently never played. All right, real quick, before we get into it, I got to say, remember, you can always subscribe to Join the Good Times. We're getting better every day, and I keep getting more and more pumped. I cannot believe the incredible amount of support. And comment below if there's somebody you want me to check out. Again, any kind of YouTuber, doesn't necessarily have to be a Poketuber. I'm just looking for cool creators that I've never seen before. All right, so the best Pokemon game you've never played. Get your guesses in the chat. I feel like it might be, let's see. Well, I've got a guess. I'll let you know if it ends up landing on it or not, because the only games I've never really played are the Mystery Dungeon ones. So we'll see here.
I just played one of the best Pokemon games ever, and I'm here to tell you all about it. I'm a huge Pokemon fan.
Aw, I love the 5-year-old birthday cake, and we got Poliwhirl, we got Pikachu, and we got a sneaky Gengar down there. Gengar's guarding the coffee.
Ruby was one of the first video games I remember owning, and I've decided to devote the rest of my life and soul to the franchise. And by
That's
that,
awesome.
I mean I'll play the new games when they come out. Do I have to like them? No. Frankly, I think the past few recent ones have been kind of garbage.
Wait a minute, so she dumped, it was X2, or that was X, Y, and now I think Shield.
But that won't stop me.
Shield was kind of meh. Shield got a little bit of the meh there from Jaiden, but, I mean, I liked X and Y. Sun and Ultra Sun, it's too many cutscenes. It's so many cutscenes. Like, you try and go back and play it, or you try and play Ultra Sun, I turn on the game, as soon as I remember where I'm supposed to go, I have to watch a movie. And I'm not about watching the movie. I want to play the game and catch the mons and maybe find a shiny somewhere. So that's why I think a lot of us go back to the older games, because they're a little less involved in terms of waiting around for story developments, at least.
Me from getting my hopes up thinking the next game will be different, even though deep down, we all know it won't be. But
Ultra
Pokemon
Gun
does have a few side games you might have heard of, like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, or Pokemon Stadium, or that...
Oh, Pokemon Stadium is so good. So I've got the transfer pack here. I don't know that I still have Pokemon Stadium, but oh my goodness, I remember that, dude. It was a lot of watching Mori, and then after Mori, I would play Pokemon Sun. Oh my goodness. Not Pokemon Sun, Pokemon Stadium. Oh, the memories. Wow, that came out of nowhere. By the way, I changed my mind. Best Pokemon game you've never played? Pokemon Snap. That game is so much fun.
Weird geometric one. But there's one franchise that I feel like doesn't get talked about nearly as much as it deserves, and that's Pokemon Ranger. I had the original
Ranger. I don't know that I know anything about Pokemon Ranger, so I have to say Jaiden's title, very, very apt.
Pokemon Ranger game as a kid, and I remember two things about it. I liked it, and circles. Lots of circles. The flashback.
I liked it, and circles. Wait a minute. It's not the game with the puffins. That's what I remember, the puffins being a lot of circles.
Beginning. When I remembered Pokemon Ranger existed, I decided to look it up and see if it was worth possibly making a video on, and that's when I realized there were actually 3 Pokemon Ranger games.
Oh, nice.
Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Amia, and Pokemon Ranger Guardian Signs. Bit of a Pokemon Ranger mouthful, but I digress. I was looking at some forums of people.
By the way, are you really GameTalk.forums? I kind of like that. I'm going to say that was meant to be game FAQs. That's my thought there. But anyway, yeah, I forget where I was going.
Discussing which one they thought was
they're
the
okay,
best,
I guess,
and
better than
the
Ultra Sun
Shadows
and
of
Moon.
Amia one seemed to be high on a lot of people's lists. So I bought the game. Now sit down and get comfy because I just played this game.
By the way, Jaiden threw in some secret hot takes there because she said, like Shrek, the sequel is the best one. I'm just saying. I'm not saying whether or not I believe that about Shrek, but I saw that sneaking in there.
For the first time, and I'm here to tell you about why it's the best game ever.
All
the
right.
game starts off with your character taking the entrance exam to a Pokemon Ranger school, and it only took me 2 attempts to draw 5 consecutive circles around this barely moving Pikachu.
5?
You're dang right, that's impressive. I guess that's all it takes, because now I'm officially a member of this secret army for this inscrutable team school plotting to rule the world. Oh, he's just kidding. Yeah, it's a normal school. I'm introduced to my class, and for some reason they've been like starved for new human contact or something because they're bombarding the teacher with questions. Are they a boy or a girl? Which is it? Is she?
All right, so that 5, you file that under what are the things that parts of the story you wouldn't be able to tell because you weren't there for them. But that happens. Growing up, I was the new kid a lot. And I remember when there were also some new kids that came into a different place after me. Yeah, my family moved around a lot. But you wonder, you're like, wait, we're getting a new student. Are they a guy? Like with exchange students all the time. Where are they from? Are they a guy or a girl? Inevitably, are they cute? Depending on which the answer was to are they a guy or a girl? And it just, that is a very true thing that happens. Like grade school kids, a new kid may as well be like, it's completely mind-boggling when a new kid comes in.
So I'm introducing myself and
I can't believe somebody asked if the new student was cute. I did not know that was coming.
The teacher catches this Keith kid looking at me with a big grin.
Aw.
Anyway, you go sit next to Keith. Oh, okay, just plop me right next to him. Yeah, I don't mind or anything. Thanks, Teach. Anyway, you get a tour of the school from this girl with me, meeting the other teacher, Mr. Kinsaid, who's apparently a stickler for making...
By the way, Keith has a blep face, so how bad can he really be?
Sure kids don't run in the hall. And this kid, Isaac, that Rhythmy called mushroom hair. Both my IQ and my height in centimeters are 163.
R/I am very smart.
All right, bud. After getting a feel for the school, you're taught how to capture Pokemon with your styler. Loops portray the feeling of friendship, so the more loops you draw around the Pokemon, the more it will submit to your friendship.
That's not very friendly, though. That is
nice.
not friendly at all.
You finish the school day and are fast asleep in the dorms when all the students decide it's initiation time. Get up, sleepyhead. It's 4 a.m. Time for your student initiation. Yes,
Weird.
sirs. They tell you to...
Weird. That was always... So is that, if you went to boarding school, is that a thing or is that just a trope that's in video games? Because I feel like every time you hear about boarding school in entertainment, there's always stuff like that. Like in college, I mean, we had orientation, but I wouldn't really consider that initiation and people wouldn't be busting into your room to make you do it.
All 4 of the stylers they've hidden around the giant school, and after doing so, you have to put them in the basement for some reason. So you head down there after finding
Weird
them
initiation.
all, and are in the basement when... Why are you down here? Only...
Yeah, this feels more like homework than initiation. This feels more like doing someone else's chores.
I'm permitted to be in the basement. Leave now! Anyway, Isaac, have you finished testing my very secret experiment no one can know about? The rest of the school year goes on without any big problems. Pokemon Ranger Crawford comes and talks about what it's like to be a ranger. You save the milkman from some Bidoof. You attend a one-day internship at the local Pokemon Ranger base and they make you bring them their lunch as an important mission. Actually, while you're at the internship, someone runs over and says the Pokemon on the beach are acting strange. You go with the Rangers to check it out to see all the Pokemon going crazy and save the day by capturing them with your loops of friendship.
I mean, that's kind of awesome. First of all, can we talk about how there's a Pachirisu that looks super happy about it? The, oh man, I was going to say the Talo, but I don't think that's it. But the Burb, they all look happy. I guess that does make sense. So they are loops of friendship, even though, you know, some people may not be into that kind of thing. Apparently, Pokemon are into the loops of friendship.
But yeah, that's...
Always get consent before deploying your loops of friendship.
It's weird. Finally, you make it to graduation. Jaiden, come up and make a speech as the class representative. Oh, I'm the class representative, huh? Well, don't mind if I...
Yep.
So after saving everyone from a very strange rampage of Tangrowth, you start working at the Pokemon Ranger base you interned at.
That's why you're the representative for your class. You wrapped up the Tangrowth that broke in. I wonder if that was... So again, I don't know much about the Hunter series, but that strikes me as something that like a military academy would do, You know what I mean? Like they'd simulate an invasion. So like it's actually their Pokemon, but they want to make sure that they train the students the right way. So they make you defeat like that final challenge in order to graduate.
There's a call about some more Pokemon acting strange down in a nearby cave, so your first mission is to investigate what's going on. In the cave, you stumble upon this weird missile-looking machine that seems to be what's hypnotizing the Pokemon in its vicinity and making them go crazy. So you destroy it and everyone's proud of you. This Professor Hastings guy is called down from the Pokemon Union to take a look at the cave.
Oh man, I don't like how Professor Hastings looks like every bad guy in Yu-Gi-Oh! Right down to the arrow, the 5-arrow beard. Dude, he's pointing right to it's a little on the nose. You see what I'm saying?
Machine, and I guess he's like 100 years old or something because the Rangers want you to go meet him halfway in Puel Town to make sure he doesn't get lost and die along the way. You take one step in town, and oh god, all the Pokemon are going nuts. Turns out there's more of those rocket machines planted in the town, and as you're going around
Yo, the Negan bat. I love any Pokemon game where you just get to beat things with a bat. I mean, that does seem like Pokemon Gun.
Smashing them, you run into some guys that are not only very shady, but also terribly shifty. They run away to tell their leaders there's Pokemon Rangers smashing their stuff. And further into the town, you find them again with their admin, who's like,
how do very shady, terribly shifty, and seriously sketchy individuals ever tell the truth? Like, if your name is seriously sketchy, just because you're a part of them, I don't think they're going to believe you.
Dude, what the heck? What do you have against our Giga Remos, you vandals? Treat things with respect. And then attacks me with Rattata and a Toxicroak. Not gonna lie.
Oh, Toxicroak.
Their battle music kind of bangs, though. Turns out they're
It's no Mirror B theme, but I'm about it. It actually kind of reminds me of something that would be in like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like for the NES.
Part of this gang called Team Dim Sun, and after capturing their Pokemon with friendship loops, they decide to retreat. We're able to find Professor Hastings and bring him back.
Can they be subdued with friendship loops? Or is that against the laws of Pokeland?
Back to the base to analyze what we now know are Giga Remo machines. He finds a tiny black crystal in the center that seems to be the thing that allows Team Dim Sun to control the Pokemon. The base considers this a problem, which is reasonable. And now the Pokemon Union starts getting involved, which is like the big head honcho of Pokemon Ranger bases where all the Ranger prodigies are.
The Pokemon Ranger base looked suspiciously like a, I'm losing my mind, a Torterra. Kind of.
The story continues as the Union tries to uncover more about what Dim Sun is up to, and you keep interrupting their plans. You catch them trying to drill a tunnel in the side of a mountain. You catch them having a secret base and cargo ship in the middle of a volcano.
They're like the most evil It's like a long evil organization. Had nobody been keeping tabs on them? Because when your name is seriously sketchy, I feel like you can't go buy, friendship loop juice or friendship loop whips. Because they're going to check your ID, and when your ID is seriously sketchy, guy, like, they kind of got to profile you a little bit and be like, police, seriously sketchy guy just bought 80 evil friendship loops. I don't know what he plans to do with them.
Mr. Kincaid is found to be part of Dim Sun. Big surprise, didn't see that one coming. You haven't been running in the ship's hallways, have you? You catch them mining hundreds of dark crystal shards in an abandoned mine. That one was a bit of a problem because apparently there was the mother of all shadow crystals. They are powerful enough to power this incredible machine they're in the middle of developing that they plan on using to control all the Pokemon within a 500-mile radius they got their grubby hands on and helicoptered away to their headquarters. Probably should tell someone about that. But the good thing is we ended up finding the diary of the Dim Sun president's father, who writes about how if we gather these 3 gems called the Tears of Princes, the gems will be able to combine their power and negate the power of the Shadow Crystal.
Man, how does every RPG always end up with that whole thing of, like, you gotta collect the gubbins to counter the evil force of the universe? And it's probably gonna be either 3 or 7 of them.
All right, let's go do that. The first gem is told to be in this giant ice castle called Alima Castle. And on the way there, you run into Dim Sun grunts trying to stop you. They're not hard to deal with, and they start getting a bit frustrated.
Adios, Houndoom.
I want to pay you with a snowball. hard. You make it to the castle.
I mean,
after
nothing
swimming
wrong with
through a
that
bunch
as
of
long as there's no
ocean
ice in
boulders
it,
and
right?
whirlpools
It's all in
that
good
totally
fun
didn't
unless
slow
there's
me
ice
down
in
at
it.
all. And end up at the
Oh, a
castle where Dim
maze?
Sun is already
Oh,
running
Empoleon.
around and trying to get the gem first. These guys are blocked from going any further because this giant chunk of ice is in front of the door. And the grunts are like, man, that's a big hunk of ice. If we made snow cones out of it, we'd be able to feed like 403 people. And then they see me standing there and are all, hey.
I love it. I love that Dim Sun minion actually, like, he wants to help out. He's trying to be helpful, but he'd probably feed other Dim Sun minions, so probably wouldn't work out so good.
What are they called again? Pokemon Ranger? You came for a snow cone? You deal with that whole situation
Aw,
and end
they
up
look
in
so
the
happy.
room just before where the gem is.
Wait a minute. So do the friendship loops KO a Pokemon? Do they break them? I guess I'm a little confused because are you catching all of these Mons? When you loop them on, do you catch it? Or is it just now they're friendly so they won't work for Team Dim Sun anymore?
Is being kept, where you're introduced to one of the members of Team Dim Sun's Sinistrio, Ice. I don't know what his deal is, but he called me Jaiden Noob and
Wow.
then dabbed. So I had to murder him.
Wow.
Well, I captured and freed his Frostlass.
Oh, that's
He started
horrible.
wail, well, I didn't need the gem anyway. After gaining the trust of the Lucario guarding the gem with more of my loops, the blue gem
Nice.
of the Tier of Princes is mine. Fast forward a bit and you get the red gem as well after defeating Sinistrio Lavana and her Infernape. She doesn't.
By the way, why were other members of Team Dim Sun worried about or unable to get the crystals when... Am I understanding this right? Are the gym leaders members of Team Dim Sun? So why are they not... Oh, I guess they don't want to bring it together because it would counteract the thing, so they're probably guarding it. But then why did Team Dim Sun want to be there? Couldn't they just radio in and be like, hey, dude, destroy that thing. We've got the thing we need. You're the only thing standing between us and a foiled plan.
Yeah, but she does do this sexy little dance. The guy from school, Keith, who's a ranger now, was assigned to get the yellow gem and hasn't come back yet. So the union's like,
Rip.
all right, Jaiden, go check on him. You hop on a boat to the destination, but whoops, apparently a Wailord is in trouble. I'll just go down
Wumbo
there and-
Wailord.
Yep, I thought so. These Dim Sun grunts are
All right, how are you going to friendship loop a Wumbo Wailord?
trying to kidnap a Wailord, and after destroying the machines that were trapping it, they decide to just grab a Wailmer instead and try to convince their boss
Figure it
it's
out
a
later.
Wailord mini. You follow them on the rescued Wailord and start infiltrating their base. Down a hall, you
Wailord, grossly underrated Pokemon. I said it.
discover the grunts squishing the Wailmer through
Aw,
the door, and as you
no.
follow them into the room, they're like, oh crap, shoot, do you want to deal with the ranger? Oh no, I'm too wimpy. I know, let's apologize.
Aw, good plan.
Sorry. We got the Ranger's confidence. Charge!
Oh,
and then
bad
drop
plan.
a truckload of Slackoth on me. After capturing all their Slackoth, they're like, oh no! And then
So you do steal all of their Pokemon. Looping the you steal everyone's Pokemon. That's a hardcore
all of
game.
them just grab me and shove me out of the room and lock it. Which honestly is more effective than like 99% of all video game villains. So
True.
I keep running through the base and end up actually
Very
finding
true.
mushroom-haired Isaac from Ranger School. He's been manipulated into building Dim Sun's incredible machine, and we agree to take him back to the Union after we finish up our business in the secret hideout. We finally encounter Mr. Kinsaid, who's manning the Wailord operation.
By the way, how many hours in total is this game typically? Because Jaiden does a good job condensing the entire plot down into like 15 minutes, and I can only imagine it can't be that short of a game.
Being all maniacal, but we successfully capture his Gliscor, save Wailmer, and bring Isaac safely back to the
That's
Union,
at least-
where he gives us access to the incredible machine blueprints. Skipping ahead in the story a bit, we end up not being able to get the yellow gem because Heath, the last of the Sinistrio trio, kidnapped Keith, and we exchanged him for the yellow gem. I kept trying to say no,
Heath kidnapped Keith.
but I guess it's good we saved him. The Union makes a plan to have their top rangers go and fly to Dim Sun's headquarters and face them head on. Jaiden, you can just sit in the corner and do nothing. But
Of
right as
course.
they leave to do that, the Sinistrio
Jaiden doesn't seem too horribly upset about that. And Mushroom Kid is busy reading a book.
busts through the Union
So, of course,
walls
it's not
and are
gonna-
like, ha ha ha.
No,
we'll
no
be
Mushroom
taking
Kid.
This and steal back Isaac because they need him to complete the incredible machine by
Isaac's friendship loops don't look very
at
friendly.
midnight so they can activate the shadow crystal. Isaac complied because they threatened to kill his sister or something.
No!
So new plan.
This is
Now
a
we have to get
horrible
Isaac
Pokemon
back
game.
and
It's so
basically
violent.
destroy the machines that were protecting their building / incredible machine. Because, oops, I didn't mention this before, but they turned their entire building headquarters into the incredible machine. What? We basically
May
just
as well.
waltzed right through the front doors of the headquarters. Heh, that'll stop people from entering. What? How did you get in here? And battle our
Snack?
way up to Isaac, who's like,
Aw.
you're a bit too late. I totally just completed the entire machine and they're about to use it to hypnotize all the Pokemon in the
Why?
region in like 5 minutes.
Why would you do that?
Well, at least your sister's not dead. So you run to the top, defeating the Sinus trio every floor of the way, and grab the last Tears of Prince's gem. And you get to the top where you meet the Dim Sun president Blake Hall for the first time, and he's like, "You're too late. It's time for darkness. Get her, Dusknor."
Dude, Blake looks like an enemy in like an 80s. He looks like the guy that would be trying to close the teen center, you know, in the 80s friendly comedy movie, and you have to defeat him with like the power of snowboarding or something.
And then I capture it immediately. And he's like, just
Wow.
kidding. Get her, Darkrai. And then Darkrai just starts dipping me into darkness, and Keith has to come save
Shadow
me
Realm.
with Staraptor. So Darkrai's like, well, then I'm gonna just dip these guys into the darkness, and throws Blake and his assistant
Shadow
into
Realm.
the void. Haha, but I decide to capture and free Darkrai anyway with the help of the Tears of Princes and save the day. Yay, woohoo!
Good gal,
I'm a
Jaiden.
hero.
Way to go.
Time to take a nap. Now, Pokemon Ranger is a big game. It took me about 24 full hours to get through the game, so I had to leave out a lot, and I mean a lot.
Holy cow. Yeah, I'm wondering what... I'll have to check between this and the outro to see what the speedrun is.
Of other points in the story. There's even a bunch of side quests that are actually pretty entertaining and funny you can complete that help power up your styler. There's one where this guy says he researches smells and wants me to bring him the stench of a muck.
Aw.
So you do it, and he's like, yes, and puts it in a jar.
Aw.
And later on in the game, he pops up again, and this time asks for a Weezing and a Skuntank.
No!
To which he's like, yes, and puts them in jars. Then he's like, thanks, dude, and you never see him again. The dialogue
that's
is
so weird.
absolutely amazing. This game has probably the best writing out of any Pokemon game I know of. Team Dim Sun is obviously the star of the show, and whenever they come on screen, you know they're gonna have something funny to say. At one point, while I was trying to get into their secret base in the volcano, I captured the Pokemon they were controlling, and they're like, time to make our escape, and set off dynamite, which exploded a giant boulder and blocked the entrance to the base, which they were like,
Is your foot still on fire? God, like all the little things in Jaiden videos are so worthwhile. They're awesome.
shoot, we were supposed to detonate it after we go in. So they had to wait for me to go get a Pokemon that can destroy the rock. And they're like, thanks, Ranger. We'll be grateful for this for about a second.
Yeah.
And they run through
And
the
then they
door.
dip.
So you follow them, and they come back like, hey, we forgot about you helping us. Take this! And drop a bunch of Numel on me. Also, all of the music that plays when they're around is awesome. I was jamming out whenever I was running
The
around
dance
the
moves are
base.
solid.
It's a bummer this game isn't super popular. I know it's got a small cult following, but it definitely deserves to be more well-known, and I really consider it one of the top Pokemon games out there, just on writing alone. It's not a hard game, but I mean, Pokemon isn't meant to be a difficult game series anymore.
Anymore. Yeah, I was gonna say thank you, but then I remember Red and Blue. I had problems with them. Gold and Silver, I had problems with. So eventually, it's nice to know that there's a fun Pokemon experience out
I can
there.
see some people getting a bit tired of the capture system since it doesn't change.
I feel like that would annihilate your touch screen. No, or is it one of those things where it's like just don't push way too hard and you'll be fine? But for the amount of freedom loops you got to do, that does not seem. It doesn't seem very, again, like conducive to the long life of your DS.
Much throughout the game, but honestly, again, I think the story and dialogue far make up for the semi-repetitive capture and battle system. Now, I know I kind of just talked about the entire plot, but if you're curious about playing it yourself, there's so much I left out, and there's still
Awesome.
a lot to discover about the game, so I highly recommend it. I'm being honest when I say I didn't even cover a third of
No,
what
don't cut the
happens in the game, and
loops. Funny things I want to talk about: loops of friendship, ice dabbing, Lavana's sexy dance, and the weird guy who's into smelling Pokemon.
A lot of funny moments I really wanted to talk about that I just didn't have room.
Keep it small and manageable. 30-minute long script equals bad time. Do not go over 15 minutes. Estimated video length is almost 15 minutes. I love the Pikachu that says don't.
For in the script. I'm just trying to convince you to play the game yourself at this point because I think it's just that funny of a game. But I'll stop. But here's all my stats after completing the game.
Holy
Took
cow,
me about
33,000 steps.
to complete it. I captured 734 Pokemon and ran away from 106. I think that's a pretty good ratio. And look, I drew a total of 9,070.
That's 9,000 loops worth of pressure on your DS.
Loops. With that amount of practice, I bet I'm a master at drawing circles now.
Tried this for way too long to get a perfect
Thanks for watching
circle.
the video
That's
on
awesome.
me drawing circles
Shout outs, by the way, to everybody at the bottom.
for 20 hours. Huge thanks to the team for their hard work. This video was massive and it turned out amazing. I've
I want to
mentioned
let this
before,
play
but
because
I've been
these
enjoying
people
the video
obviously
game series
deserve a lot
So
of
if you have a
love
weird
there.
game you think I should take a look at, let me
Oh,
know.
that is so cool. Okay, so I'm going to look up what the world record speed run is, and then we will be back for the outro and all that good stuff. Okay, so you want a free world record? I found a free world record. Well, Jaiden technically found the free world record. I'm just taking credit for finding the free world record. But Pokemon Ranger Shadows of Almia English version on the DS or 3DS has, guess how many runs, my friends? 0. No runs. If you play this game and beat it in one sitting and record yourself doing it with a timer, free world record. I wonder if Jaiden knows that. Although this is probably a lot more difficult than Cooking Mama. Because the Japanese version, I'm tabbing over to right now, the Japanese version, the world record is 6 hours and 50 minutes. And again, that's from people who've run this multiple times. So I don't think that's necessarily going to be a very easy thing to do. That's not going to be an easy task to accomplish. But at least we know there's another free world record out there. Maybe I'll try it at some point. Who am I kidding? I'm way too far down the Minecraft rabbit hole at this point. By the way, tomorrow will be the highlights of my stream. I may do another video as well, so we'll have to see for that. But that is going to do it for me for today. Again, remember, you can subscribe, join the good times, comment down below if there's anyone you want me to check out. And with that, my friends, I will see you for the Salty Run Back. Take care.